How much cardio do you need to do to lose body fat? It's kind of one of those situations where it's how long is a piece of string, but I'm going to go over it in more detail near the end of the video. Anyway, let's go into the gym. As you can see, Emporium is right there, so we're going to go make some crazy ass games.
I've been watching.
Right now, we're about to talk through this workout on screen because I don't often do it, so I want to give you guys information and kind of go over this arm day. Today I predominantly just focused on triceps, and that's because my bicep peak when I'm lean is fairly pointy enough, like it's already got a nice peak, whereas in my arm, my tricep, especially my longer tricep, is where I fail the most. That's why I really need to like bring up the long head of my tricep, so it just gives that nice mass appearance from the front. So for those of you that's looking to grow your arms, like don't just be focusing on bicep curls. Triceps is 2/3 of your arm, therefore if you focus on triceps more, your arm's gonna look bigger quicker. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of HIIT training. So I'm going to do battle ropes and hopefully the sled when it frees up. I'm going to speak in detail about cardio, LISS, HIIT training, what's your preference, which is better, which is quicker for fat loss.
You already know that I got you.
Alright, I've done quite a bit of HIIT training now, so I think I'm going to end it off doing LISS. Let's go over the different types of cardio you can do to lose body fat. And people, in case you don't know what these acronyms stand for, you just hear me saying words, HIIT and LISS. Basically, HIIT training stands for high intensity interval training, and LISS is low intensity steady state cardio. So that's something like the Stairmaster, the treadmill, something that's like a steady pace. And HIIT training is more explosive, so I'm going to get into that right now. First off, let me say both are good forms of cardio. Each of them have the right time and a place where you apply each one. For example, HIIT cardio is more like explosive, and it's good if you have little time to spend in the gym. You just got a short amount of time, you just want to get the most calories burnt in a single session quickly. Whereas LISS is probably for more someone that has more free time. I personally do more LISS because I like using it as a time to de-stress and relax. On a normal given day, I'll choose one or the other. I'll do HIIT training for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll do LISS for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on factors such as how much time I have available and if there's a lit YouTube vlog that I can watch to get me through the time. I always watch videos during my LISS. It's just my time to de-stress, and it's really relaxing, and I look forward to it. I don't hate cardio, I look forward to that. So the main thing I'm trying to get across is that both cardios are great. It's just a case of you find out what's best for you, and you can also intertwine them. You don't actually choose either or. Like you could do one session of LISS a week with 2 sessions of HIIT, or vice versa, or you can, it really depends on what deficit you need to get into, what calorie deficit, which brings me on to get into fat loss regardless of what cardio you do. The main thing you need to do is be in a deficit. So you can do that via exercising or through less food that you consume in your daily allowance of calories. So to even start fat loss, before you even think about training, you need to find out what your maintenance calories is. For example, say if your maintenance calories is 2,500, that keeps you at the same weight, you need to create a deficit. My advice would be to start off with a 150 calorie deficit, so you can either just literally track all your food and just take away 150 calories where you can and do that daily for a week, or you can create that deficit by doing exercising, so HIIT training, LISS, sports, so whatever you want to do. The only thing with HIIT training is a little bit harder to track your calories when you're doing it, unless you have something like a Fitbit now, because obviously it's just you just doing explosive movements, whereas when you do like the treadmill or the Stairmaster, most of them always have like a calorie amount that you say you're burning. Even if those amounts aren't like strictly accurate, if you always use that same machine and always hit those numbers, then it's easy for you to track. Because if you use different machines, then it's going to be slightly varied. So yeah, the main thing is to create the deficit of calories that will get you the fat loss gains you seek. For those of you that clicked on this video that's hoping just to find out what is the quickest way to lose body fat via cardio, it would be of the two, HIIT training, because it's just a lot more explosive and it's good for like short periods of time, which is why boxers and people like that usually do it. I will say though, you wouldn't do it too frequent in a week. 3 times a week for up to like 20 minutes is alright, but any more than that really it's going to start affecting your training sessions, because if you're doing HIIT training correctly, it is very tiring and very exhausting, and it really drains your central nervous system. So it's one of those things where you just kind of apply it as and when. If you did it every single day after every single session, it's going to affect your recovery time, and overall it's going to kind of impede on your gains a bit. It's a fine line between being adequate for fat loss and then eating to your recovery time and impacting your muscles and gains that you're going to make. So be wary of that when you choose either option. LISS is good because it's nice, constant, but it takes some more time in the gym, so it really all depends on the time you have available and what's best suited for you. The good thing is that both of them help your heart, as in they're going to improve your cardiovascular endurance and overall give you a nice healthy heart. It's always good to be in shape. I know the myth in like bodybuilding is like the kind of running joke is that everyone hates cardio. I used to be that way purely because of the hype, but once I started doing it, like when I started cutting, it made everything a lot more easier because it meant that I didn't have to go into a crazy deficit with food, which means I could eat more. So instead of me just doing like a 300 calorie deficit or 500 calorie deficit from solely food, so I'll do like 50-50 sometimes. So I'll do 250 with food and 250 with the cardio. So at least then I'm allowing myself to eat a little bit extra, and I'm also getting myself back active. And it's always good to be mobile, be agile. Don't be like a heavy bodybuilder that can't move quickly. Anyways, your boy has been talking for too long now. This was meant to be a quick vlog. So like, comment, subscribe if you're new to this channel because the channel's lit. And hopefully it should be entertaining for you guys. If there's any other topics you want me to speak about, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you want to see another full day of eating, let me know as well. But anyways, your boy is gone. Stay getting gains. Peace out.